What's up, everybody? This is Tony Benson.
And I'm Flash Photo.
I'm Hiro. And I'm Mr.MagistralMalik.
And welcome to our Dalmatian Street episode reviews, where we review the episode of Dalmatian Street. Although the show may be for families, our reviews may contain strong language and curse words, so viewer discretion is advised. Today we are reviewing the Fear Window. Okay, so this starts off with Dolly being completely, injured. There's a cast on her leg. She's got a cone. Does not explain what happened to her. She wants to, itch herself. She's being entertained by the triple D's. But her mom comes in and is like, Dylan, can you watch the patient? She's freaking out why are you leaving Dylan in charge of me? She's dragging the triple D's on the tail. They're biting each other's tails. She's dragging them out of the room. She's telling Dylan, you know what would be really good right now? A good scratch. And you think, wait a minute. How about no? Then she's trying to do calisthenics or she's trying to stretch what she's doing, yoga, lifting. Dylan comes in thinking possible ideas so that Dolly does not become freakishly bored. So he brings in his telescope so that she can look outside at stuff. She's looking at Carissa barking at Constantine because Constantine's mooning her ass or something like that. Then she's seeing Carissa throw all Hugo's stuff out the door into the garbage, like the photo of them, all of their stuff in the garbage. Then they get suspicious, thinking maybe she's a murderer or something. You know. At one point, she's looking at the telescope, thinking someone's spying on Carissa. I'm like, no, doesn't make sense. She's trying to pound on the garbage, trying to rip them open. Rip open the photo. Then she's trying to signal Dylan, I fell down, an emergency fell down, and he's like, why did you trick me like that? But you gotta come outside and see this. I think Carissa really is up to something. And she's got the evil maniacal laugh. I thought, Carissa was had an evil cringy laugh, but Dolly, wow, work it, girl. Then Diesel's scares the shit out of her. He's sleep digging. He digs all the way over to Carissa's yard. He's the first one inside because he digs all the way through. Dylan's completely tired. He's like, I think all that blood has gone to rushed to your head when you were upside down. I think the cone is blocking out your stuff. Dylan goes inside, mistaken ketchup for blood, and he just runs like Scooby-Doo. His style of running is Scooby-Doo. Carissa's being walked by some other person's pet, I don't know who. Carissa then ends up thinking that someone's in her house. And then there's that dummy that Carissa puts together because Hugo's out somewhere, and that dummy's creepy as hell. He's running for his life. Carissa breaks through their own house door. Damn. She fits her head through the mailbox. That is creepy as hell. Dolly tries to go over while signaling Dylan with a flashlight. She ends up in Hugo's arms as he comes back from, I think he was getting a hair transplant. Because, I don't know, maybe he doesn't have natural hair. Carissa gets jealous that Dolly's in his arms and starts attacking Hugo, and I'm like, that's the best moment. I will go into more depth of my best moments, but I will take it to Flash for his thoughts on the Fear Window. Flash?
I thought this was a really good episode. I don't have anything initially, I don't have anything that's, really wrong with this episode. However, there were points where it was just kind of at a lull, just not that interesting, but I think overall it was pretty good, for what it was going for, Other than that, I don't really have much else to say about this episode. What about you, Hiro?
This episode is more of a nod to those classic horror movies that is fantastic. It's probably on the down, so good though. I can't even stop think right now, so and stuff.
Alright, before I take it to Mr. Magistra, there's that one scene where, because I think Diesel took out the power for some reason, and then there's the lights where it's like it's on, where it's just there. Then she keeps getting closer, like it's like a horror movie. The moment before she chases Dylan, she's like going down with the light coming off and on. I'm like, this is literally like something out of like a Stephen King novel. It's like, I don't like horror movies, and that literally scared the shit out of me. I'm like, she's like, I'm coming for you. You better run. That's probably what's going through her mind. What about you, Mr. Magistra? What are your thoughts on this?
Well, let's see. I kind of like the idea of making it seem like suspenseful and making it like another mystery themed episode, sort of like, well, kind of between a mystery and a thrill seeking episode. It didn't seem as scary, to be honest. Well, maybe like the idea of it, like, oh, it looks like this character's but going to do this or is up to something, but then there's like this plot twist or something, and then there's these little things that seem to, but it's like a coincidence. So like, after seeing the plot twist, it wasn't as scary. I kind of sort of knew, it was like, because it would have been off character if like that one character was just turned rogue. Because I mean, like, it had to be like this really, really, really bad character to like turn that rogue and get like that dark and stuff. But or like a character that kind of is just more of this type of next door neighbor type of antagonist. I don't really think Carissa would have been like some type of like psychotic type of neighbor or something. I mean, she definitely has an ego. That's what I could say for sure. She does have an ego. So yeah, that's what I'd have to say about my thoughts about the episode. I think the coloring format was really good because it could stand out a lot more from the other episodes because they're more bright and colorful, while this one with a sort of trying to play on the horror stories and just make comedy out of it, and like comedy, drama, thriller out of it, and mystery. I think that is interesting and very clever, in my opinion. But yeah, that's what I think.
Alright, that's incredible. Flash, would you change anything about this episode?
I don't know. I don't think I'd change anything about this episode in particular. I guess if I could think of some way to kind of spruce up the more boring parts, I would, but other than that, I wouldn't really change anything. How about you, Hiro?
I would only change one thing. That stupid pigeon. You did it. A bloody horror episode. No need to share that part every single bloody time. What about you? Tell me.
I agree. That pigeon at the end was like so fucking annoying. And it's creepy as shit, I swear to God. Give Dylan a gun so he can put that pigeon out of his misery. Yeah, lose the pigeon. It's not doing much for the end with that weird woot, woot, woot. What about you, Mr. Mag?
I don't know. I think like with what I think about the episode of like what I could change out of it. I don't know if I could change much out of it though, since well, it's just their format of being like funny and stuff. I think that maybe making it like a whole sort of like look like some type of murder mystery thriller sort of thing. I think that seems a little, I guess, cliche Since some cartoons kind of do that, and like not all, but just some, and it's like I've seen that format. If they kind of would have made it somewhat clever, would I would probably want that changed, or maybe revamped if they made an episode redux or something, or like a sequel, making like a part 2, and it's like this other episode, like, or something. I would probably maybe make it seem a little more clever, like something that feels like it would be in character for like some character to look like they'd be the type to do it. But Clarissa, she's just not really. I don't think she would even be the type to just want to like murder her own owner. I mean, who is she gonna be able to get? What human owner would be able to take care of her? Am I right? I mean, if that were to happen. But yeah, that's what I think.
Okay, I'm gonna tack on a little bit more. Yeah, the owner that was the pet that was walking them, like, before Hugo got back, Carissa's like, if I didn't say this before, like, she expects me to walk. And then, well, Dolly's in Hugo's hands, like, look at Carissa, he thinks I'm injured and he likes me now, you jealous bitch. Okay, we're at the ratings, 0 being the lowest, 10 being the highest. I'm just gonna say this. I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10, because even though I'm not a big fan on horror, I just did not see anything wrong with this. But, Dylan running like Scooby-Doo in pretty much any episode where he's running is like pretty awesome. I'm like, go try out for a football team for dogs or something. You got good form, my dude. What about you, Flash?
I've got nothing, honestly. What about you, Hero?
I would say because I will tell you, this good month was happy test it horror movie. So I'm only 10.
Nistra?
Oh yeah. So basically, I'd like to give it a 8 out of 10. I'm not a fan of horror. Like, I'm not afraid of watching something that might be really, really, really scary. Like I'd watch something like Saw. Oh well, but I think their interesting sort of take on like making that sort of mystery type of themed thing for 101 Dalmatian Street. I think it's clever. I just think that Clarissa's sort of character is a little like I don't know. I mean, no. I think I think they should have like executed differently, where they had like a different character be suspected of being up to something than Clarissa. But like I think I would just probably give it like an 8 out of 10. Since like it has like a better coloring format. It's but it's just that like I don't know, like I'm not really that much of a huge fan of like just this like a cartoon trying to be like such a parody off of like horror movies or horror shows. It kind of just like, again, it just seems cliche, and like there's other things I like that might be cliche, but the thing is I kind of like those ones more, and those ones I don't see as much, while like they just kind of like try to be, I guess, over the top, which I'm not really up for always, but sometimes I might be, sometimes I might not. It depends, but 8 out of 10.
Before you go, Heroes, Mr. Magistra, and my YouTube channel will be in the description, and Flash's YouTube channel as well. Flash's and Mr. Magistra's Twitch channels will be in the description. Go check them out. Go see when they stream something, be notified, and if they have anything saved, check it out. If you like it, follow. I don't want to drag this out as much as I can. The doghouse is next, and believe me, this is where Carissa is going to get it. previous review in the description. Check out the playlist. And bow wacka wow.
Bow wacka wow.
Wow, wow, wow.
Wow.